Hey sweets, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back. How are you all doing? I'm so sorry it's been so long. I disappeared off the face of the earth for a couple of weeks, but I am back for good. I am here to stay. I am here to talk to you about some hella new seasons. I just want to say a quick hello to everybody who has joined us on the channel since my recent video. Hello, welcome to the family. It's a safe space here, so let me know in them comments your opinions on Season 13. It is finally here. I am so excited, and Ru is blessing us with seasons this month. Like this year, I don't know what's to come, but this month, 2 seasons? Oh, I'm so excited. Can you tell? Now, you may not know this, depending on where you're from, but living in the UK, we don't get to see the episode until the day after it airs. Like, it's crazy, but we get to see it on Netflix, and we have to like avoid spoilers until we've seen it. So when I release these videos, they might be a little bit late, but that's why we don't get to see the episodes until after they've aired, like a couple of hours after they've aired. But I will try and get them to you as soon as possible. I'm thinking of doing like a talk through of the video, a little bit of a review. So you know what, let's just get into it. Let's see how it goes, and let me know what you think. Now, first and foremost, the first thing we get to see in the episode is the new and improved workroom, and it looks absolutely stunning. The red and gold interior, oh, exquisite. I think the workroom is well overdue for an upgrade. It's been a while since, I can't remember when the last upgrade was, but it's been a while since they've had an upgrade. It was well overdue. New year, new workroom. Perfect. Now, the first queen to walk into the workroom is the legendary, from the dollhouse, Miss Kandy Muse. I have been waiting so long for Kandy Muse to get on this show. I've followed her for a really, really long time, and she is going to bring the drama. I guarantee it. She is going to bring the drama. I adore Kandy. She's funny, she's talented, she's gorgeous. She's like, she don't take no shit from anybody, and I can't wait to see what she brings this season. So Miss Kandy enters the workroom. We get to see her outfit. She's wearing this blue patchwork denim dress bodysuit kind of thing. It's made of like different textiles put together. It looks absolutely stunning. It has like a pearl embellishment around the bra area. She has these big denim gloves to match the outfit, and she has Kandy Muse written on the pockets. How iconic is that? Kandy's mug is always right. Like, her face is beautiful, and her wig, it really complements the colour of her skin. She's chosen a lovely wig. Is it right for this outfit? I'm not too sure. I mean, she's tied it in with the big, like, pink choker she has around her neck, and also the crystal shoes that she is wearing. They all seem to match, but they don't really match with the dress. Let's not forget about this huge boombox bag, I think it is. It has like all sorts of embellishments. You can tell it's been like handcrafted, but it's really well made. It's got a huge K on the side of it as well for Kandy, obviously, and it's very unusual. I mean, it ties in with the outfit, and Kandy is not a comedy queen, but she is funny, so I guess it's kind of campy, I guess. But I like it. It's very her, it's very like Brooklyn, I suppose, very New York, and I'm living for it. Then we get to see Kandy's confessional look, and boy, Kandy is so cute. I'm loving this moment as well, this little like leather-ish beret with the earrings, a little bit of jewelry going on, and this like multi-printed top that she is wearing. It has like flowers and like zebra print and chains and everything you can think of on this shirt. She looks adorable. Kandy, I feel like, is going to be the confessionals queen of the season. She has a lot to say, and she will say it. We know right out the gate that Kandy is going to bring the drama, because she just spills the tea on Aja like that. Like, she doesn't hold back. She's just like, oh yeah, I fell out with Aja, by the way. We're not part of Aja and the dollhouse anymore. We are just the dollhouse. She's like she's spilling that tea. But since then, Aja has cleared everything up. There is no beef, there is no drama, so please do not speculate. But Miss Kandy, right out the gate, she was like, oh yeah, I'm not keeping anything secret. Next up, walking into the workroom, we have Joey J. I'm interested to see what Joey J does. Like, I've not really heard of her before the season. There's quite a few queens this season that I'd heard of before, but I'd not heard of Joey J, so I'm interested to see what she brings. First thing we get to see of Joey is this outfit. She is wearing a red leotard with like a black sparkly embellishment. She has a big rhinestone belt in the middle and these fluffy chicken feather sleeves. Miss Fame would like to have a word. She's also wearing assless and crotchless chaps. I don't know what they're called, but they're assless and crotchless that match the leotard, the red with the black embellishments, and then these huge black boots underneath. Joey's mug and hair is stunning. It is superb. The red and black eyeshadow, the aviators, it's stunning. I love the blonde wig as well, tying it all together. I maybe would have chosen a black wig or like, I don't know, a black and red wig. But the blonde one is stunning. It's beautifully styled. She looks like a woman. Now with that being said, as much as I like the outfit, it doesn't have my jaw on the floor. Like, it looks nice, and it is something you'd expect a drag queen to wear, I suppose, if you're gonna categorize like that. It's just a little basic. Like, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more zhuzhing up. Needless to say, she does look stunning. Miss Thing walks into the workroom, and the first thing she says is, filler queen. Filler queen? You don't want to give yourself that label, like, straight away. What is that about? Filler queen? I have the same reaction as Kandy. Filler queen? Why would you give yourself that title? I don't know. Then we get to see Joey J's confessional look, and wowzers, he is hot. He's got this cute little black and white t-shirt on, nothing snazzy, but the glasses are so cute. There's a lot of attractive people this season. Joey J is definitely one of them. I feel the difference between when Kandy entered and when Joey entered, we got to learn a lot about Kandy's character, but not so much about Joey's character. We got that Kandy's a loudmouth, she can be a bitch, she can be a diva, she's also like funny and all this, like we learned a lot about her, but with Joey, I feel like we haven't learned a lot about her and who she is. Like she says she can perform and dance, that's cool, but I want to know you, girl. I want to know about you. Then we get the first gag of the season. Two girls are in the workroom and RuPaul comes on that screen thing going, she done already done head horses. There's two girls in the room, what's gonna happen? And Ru tells them that they need to be on the main stage pronto. We're not even 5 minutes into the episode and we get to see Ru's runway. She looks absolutely gorgeous this episode. Like, the costume design, the wig styling, and the makeup this episode is immaculate. She's wearing this iridescent white and pink number with a big, like, electric blonde wig. It has the shape that's reminiscent of what Kimchi wore in the season 8 finale, and I absolutely love it. It is a gorgeous silhouette, and Ru pulls it off perfectly. Now on the main stage, Ru tells us that there is going to be a lip sync smackdown in episode 1. Last time we had a lip sync smackdown like this was in All Stars 4 in the Lollapalooza episode, and that was like well into the season. So these queens are being thrown in at the deep end this year, but it provides us with some fantastic entertainment. Ru tells us that the queen that wins the lip sync will continue into the competition, and that the queens that don't win will get the pork chop. But this is crazy. I remember having so many questions in my head like, are they actually getting eliminated? No, I doubt that. They won't be getting eliminated so soon. You know, that's a lot of wasted talent, and how disappointed would you feel if you had just got there and then you were told, nah, bye. You would feel awful. Now I also would like to mention Ru switching things up for that inclusivity. The racers start your engines and may the best drag queen win. That is beautiful, a big step to more inclusivity for all the trans and non-binary contestants on the show, giving them that recognition rather than just categorizing them as man, woman. Now Ru says she wants to take more time to get to know the queens before the competition actually starts, so they can look at them under a magnifying lens, I suppose. And Kandy is asked a bit about her, and the bit that she is asked is about the House of Aja and the former House of Aja. And I'm getting kind of concerned that that might become part of her storyline. I really hope it doesn't, but the way it's been like repeated since Kandy like entered, I've got a feeling that's going to be like brought up a lot during the season. We also get to meet Joey a little bit more, but I still feel like we haven't met Joey J yet. Like, she tries to make a joke about the chicken feathers, but that seems to be her personality at the moment. Just clucking and bucking, girl. She seems to try and have a laugh with the judges, but they don't seem to really like laugh back. It's kind of awkward and I feel bad for her. But I hope we get to see more of Joey J and more of Joey J. The queens are told that they're going to be lip syncing there and then, and they look shook, they look nervous, and I would be as well if I just turned up there expecting to meet all these girls and Kiki and all this kind of thing. But no, you're just being thrown on the main stage and told to perform immediately in front of RuPaul. It would be so nerve-wracking. So the queens lip sync to Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, and I feel like it's a good start to the season. Like, it's a good lip sync. Of course, I'll go more into the lip syncs in my ranking the lip syncs of every season series. That will come back, I promise. I'll go into a lot more detail about them, but I will discuss them on here as well. So there is a bit of a difference between the way the two girls perform. Kandy is playing more of a character. She's being all cutesy and all like dreamy and all this kind of stuff, but also incorporating comedy into it as well as dance moves. Whereas Joey J is feeling the fantasy, you know, feeling the energy, feeling the rhythm of the song, and just like dancing along to it. They're two different approaches, but they both work for the song. Now there's one thing I want to get off my chest immediately, and that is the fake out drop thing. And I've seen so many people say, Monet did it first, I don't care. You know, that kind of thing. Saying things like, oh, you know, copying, that kind of thing, be original, all that sort of thing. I think that's bullshit. You can't copyright a move. I know Monet did it first, and the first time she did it, it was iconic. But like, she did it again on All Stars, and Kiara did it on Canada's Drag Race. Like, it's not a copyrighted move, it's a dance move at the end of the day. I get Monet did it first, but it is like a New York thing. Like, I know a lot of performers in New York do that, so you can't copyright a dance move. You just can't. So we're then told that Kandy Muse is the winner of the first lip sync. Yay! I think it was quite a close call, but I feel like from that performance, Kandy gave a little bit more than Joey did. So Kandy is the first queen to win the lip sync, and that means Joey is the first one to sashay away. She gave it her all. She did really well. She didn't fuck it up in any way. She did well. So it would be very devastating after giving such a good performance being told to sashay away. So Joey J disappears into thin air. That's all we see from her, and we get the next queen in the workroom. It's Denali. Denali is really encompassing herself as a character and what she enjoys by wearing this ice skater-esque look. It is flawless. She's wearing this big feathered dress with a tight corseted center to give her that gorgeous hourglass shape. She is also wearing skates, like ice skates as shoes, and is walking in them and not breaking her legs. That is insanity. She also has this really excessively long white plait. It's cute. I don't think it should be that long because it's kind of comical, I guess. But she looks gorgeous. Her makeup is also flawless. Like, her mug is beautiful. She has this blue eyeshadow moment going on, which is very frosty, very icy, and then a nice like purpley pink lip. Ooh. We get to see Denali's confessional look, and the transformation is so real. Confessionals Denali is wearing this white leather jacket with a pink collar and a sparkly black t-shirt. It's very cute with the swept back hair. Very, very, very pretty. She tells us a little bit how she is an ice skater, how she loves all things icy, spicy, and a little bit dicey. and that she is actually a professional skater. I think that's really cool, and I would love to see if she can incorporate that into any of the challenges during the season. If they have an ice skating challenge, oh my god, imagine. What you say, it's Lala Ri up next. Now, the first thing you notice Lala wearing is the Lana Del Rey mesh mask moment. She's also wearing like a bodysuit, like a white sparkly bodysuit, and a matching sparkly white blazer over the top, and a pair of white boots. I like the monochromatic look. It is gorgeous. She looks absolutely flawless. Again, a little bit basic, but I like that it's like carefully tailored, and also there's a lot of embellishments and jazziness on it as well. Right out the gate, Lala seems very positive, very high energy, very excitable, and I live for that. I love a queen that's always happy and cheery, and she looks it in her face as well as the way she talks. She just seems like an all-round happy gal. We also get to see Lala's confessional look, and she's wearing a black, like, button-up top with this crushed velvet gold pattern on it. It looks very beautiful, and she's finished it off with a little bit of jewellery. You can also tell that she can have a laugh. She has a little bit of comedy there with her as well, and she seems charismatic as well, kind of right out the gate, and I live for that. The queens are then called to the main stage where the judges are, and they ask the question, tell me, does this represent your drag? And of course, Denali combines her drag with her figure skating. Boom. There you go, there's the look. So it definitely works. It definitely tells us about her, what she enjoys, her hobbies. Also that she is like sparkly and glitzy and pretty. We get that impression from her as well. She also seems to have a laugh with the judges as well, which is always a good start. Shows confidence, shows charisma, and I think that's what the judges are looking for right out the gate. At first I thought Lala looked a little bit nervous to be on the stage so soon, as you would be, but she soon brushed that out of the way, had a laugh with the judges, showed them that ass, the class, and a little bit of sass when she's asked if she could beat Denali in a lip sync. Like, Carson woke up and chose violence. Asking all these questions, he's like, could you beat her in a lip sync? It's like, oh, Carson, Jesus, we've been here 5 minutes. But Lala says yes, I can beat Denali in a lip sync. So we get to see what she can do. The queens are lip syncing to When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls, which is very sassy, a lot of energy, a lot of like, bitch, I'm that bitch, bitch. It's very that, and when the song started, I was like, oh, this is fierce. This could be a very good lip sync. Lala has the sass that the song demands. She very goes like for that energy straight away, but also giving us dance moves as well. Denali is very sort of prim and proper, you know, she has all these moves that she clearly uses on the ice as well. So she's giving us more of a dancey approach, whereas Lala's giving us more of like a character. I think throughout the lip sync, Lala is very consistent in the kind of energy that she's bringing, whereas Denali has a few moments where she does like standout moves like a cartwheel or a high kick or that kind of thing, but the rest of it is just kind of walking, I guess. So she's a little bit more inconsistent, but Lala is like one level of like sass and energy, I suppose. We are then told that Lala wins the lip sync and Denali is getting the pork chop. I personally agree with this as well. I think Lala had a lot of fun with it. It came more natural, I suppose, than Denali's, but they both put up a really, really good fight. Denali then heads backstage and finds Joey J sat there on her own waiting for her, and the two queens sit together very clearly confused, but trying to piece together what is about to happen, whether they are being sent packing or there might be something else waiting on the horizon.
Editing Luna here. So as I came to edit the section with Simone and Tamisha, I have discovered that my files have corrupted, so all of my video footage has disappeared. So instead I'm going to have to do an audio recording of such. I'm afraid. I do apologise for the break in the video, but here goes. So next into the workroom, we have Simone from the House of Avalon, and she is wearing this little Polaroid dress number made out of pictures of her face, of her legs, of her shoes, all sorts. It's very vain and it's very, very cute. My only issue with this outfit is the lack of shape it has. Like, it seems very boxy. It's really well constructed, it just isn't very flattering for someone with a figure like hers. I wouldn't have so much of an issue with it if Ivy Winters hadn't have done a better version on season 5, but she still looks absolutely stunning. Her hair and makeup is beautiful. She's wearing these little white pumps that match. She's really good at painting her face as well, and the wig choice is absolutely stunning as well. She's obviously moisturized all of her skin. It's so glowy, it's so shiny. She does look stunning. She looks like a supermodel, and I am so excited to see what she brings this season. The House of Avalon is going to turn it out. We then get to see Simone's confessional look, where she is wearing just a cute little t-shirt of different colours, sewn together like patches. It's very simple, but very, very nice. Also, the transformation is real. Simone looks so different in and out of drag, but that's fantastic. You know, I think she goes by the female impersonator kind of route. So the transformation is all part of the magic, I suppose. We also get to learn a lot more about Simone. She has a lot of charisma. She seems like a lot of fun, very excited. She doesn't seem like the kind of person who would let this opportunity slide. She's very confident and very clearly loves herself, which, you know, is a great start to any sort of impression that you'll make. Next into the workroom, we have the legendary Tamisha Iman from the Iman dynasty. Now, I love what Tamisha is wearing in this entrance. It's a very classy, elegant red suit with pointed shoulders and like a white trim on the jacket. It's very feminine. Sometimes it's hard to pull off a suit in drag, especially if you're a man transforming into a woman. You know, sometimes a suit can accentuate male bodily features. But Tamisha has a really polished look, the way it comes in at the middle where her hips are, the kind of wide, sort of almost flared trousers. It is very feminine, very, very beautiful, and you can tell she knows exactly what she's doing. Her hair and makeup is also gorgeous. My only issue is I wish she had a little bit more volume in her hair, I suppose. It's a little bit flat. I feel like if she had a little bit more volume in it, maybe some more waves, more curls or whatever, it could really elevate the look a little bit more. We then get to see Tamisha's confessionals look, and it's very sort of down with the kids, I suppose. She's wearing a little red and white t-shirt with a camo snapback tilted quarter of the way around her head. It seems very hip and down with the kids, but I'm living for it.
We also learn that Tamisha is a very well-respected drag queen. She is the matriarch of the Iman household family thing. She has a lot of kids, and this is crazy because Lala Ri is her daughter. There's a mother and a daughter competing on the same season, and I live for it. I also love Tamisha and Simone's interactions in the workroom. They seem to get along really, really well, and maybe that's the start of a little friendship blossoming in the workroom. I'd love to see that. The queens are then called to the main stage, very confused but also excited. The difference between these two and the other 4 that we've seen, they seemed very sort of nervous, whereas these two look very excited, to be honest. It's like, wow, I've waited so long to be here, I'm finally here, let's not fuck it up. Michelle then asks Simone if the dress she's wearing is representative of her. She says, well, yeah, it's my face, which I kind of live for. And Michelle asks, does that mean you love yourself? And she's like, yes, I absolutely love myself. So we love a confident queen. We also have love a queen that has a lot of faith in herself. It's great to see. It's not cockiness, it's confidence, and I'm definitely here for it. She also then has a laugh with Ru, which is always a great start, you know, bouncing back off each other, that kind of improv yes and moment. I love it. She clearly is going to be very funny and very sort of intelligent with her comedic responses coming up. Tamisha then goes on to tell us straight out that she's been doing drag for 30 years. 30 years. That is going to be so intimidating to the younger queens in this season. They're going to be like, I wasn't even born 30 years ago. So she has been there through a lot of different phases of drag and has probably taken inspirations from all little bits of it and brought it all together for today's version of Tamisha Iman. We also learned that Tamisha had battled colon cancer and was given the call for season 12 but couldn't because she needed all the chemotherapy. And to hear this story and to see her standing on that stage there, dressed like this, ready for this competition, is absolutely incredible. Like, she is a fighter and she is ready and she will not give up. So the queens then lip sync to The Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson, and right out the gate, Tamisha is living her Janet Jackson fantasy, hitting every single beat with a dance move. She is in the zone, ready, ready, ready immediately. It comes so naturally with her, it flows so naturally with her, and you can tell this is the kind of thing she does in her own shows. You can tell she's really feeling the music, channeling Janet, and just having a good time with it. Simone, on the other hand, is combining comedy with dance and also like catwalk. She looks flawless doing so. She also makes the judges laugh a lot, which is always fantastic in a lip sync. You want to make the judges laugh or gag or whatever. You want a reaction from the judges. I'm gonna go out on a whim here and say if this lip sync was like an ordinary lip sync, the two queens would have both stayed. Like, this is so good, this performance. We learn that Simone has won the lip sync and that Tamisha is getting the pork chop. I, again, agree with this decision. I know a lot of people think Tamisha should have won that lip sync, and again, I feel like it should have been a double shantae if it had been a regular lip sync. But when you look at it, you know, the two queens together, Simone did a lot of different things, showing a lot of versatility, whereas Tamisha was like hitting the same like dance moves and just like there wasn't a lot of variety to it, if you get what I mean. They were both absolutely phenomenal, but I do think Simone did win this one. Next into the workroom, we have my personal favourite of the season, and maybe one of my favourites of all time, Gottmik. I have been following Gottmik for so long now. Like, his makeup talents are absolutely insane. So Gottmik comes into the workroom and she's wearing this big colourful dress with a big poofy sleeve and a poofy bottom, like matching it. The swirls of colour go into each other really nicely, really elegantly. It's a simple little moment, but it really worked. We then get a close-up on Gottmik's mug. The signature white face with the black hair is absolutely gorgeous. I love the eye details as well, the colours, the like wavy patterns matching the dress as well. It all is really tied together, very polished and absolutely stunning. This is possibly one of my favourite looks to enter the workroom. I absolutely adore it. I have no issues at all with what Gottmik is wearing, at all. I think Gottmik has possibly the best entrance line in a long time. Time to crash the system. I love that. Come on, representation. Then we get to see boy Gottmik, and my god is he gorgeous. I love what he is wearing in this moment, the little camo jacket with the chains and the white top. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. He also talks about his main inspirations when it comes to makeup and fashion, and includes Picasso's paintings, which I think is absolutely fantastic. All the different shapes and putting like facial features in different places. I absolutely love that, and you can definitely see that in the mug that he paints. I am so excited to see what Gottmik brings. She's my winner, definitely. I want her to win the season so bad. I've been rooting for her for a long time, wanted to see her on the show for a long time, and here she is. I'm so excited. Next into the workroom, we have another personal favourite of mine as of now, Utica Queen. Yes, now Utica is very kooky, ooky spooky dooky wooky, as she's said many a time. I love me ooky kooky spooky queen, and I feel like she's going to be absolutely fantastic. If you look on her Instagram, some of the looks that she's done in and out of drag are gorgeous. So Utica walks in and she's wearing this mishmash of everything, really. She's got these really loud like vest top with a jacket on, loads of necklaces, a big yellow wig, a strawberry in her hair, and these stunning picnic blanket tartan trousers, and a little pair of red boots just to pull it all together. it shouldn't work, but it does. It really works. And you need a keen eye to be able to put things of different textiles, of different, you know, prints together and make it work. You know, some people can't even pull off one print, never mind 5 of them. But Utica seems to do that really well. I do love this entrance look. It doesn't have my jaw on the floor, but I like. We also get to see Utica's boy look in her confessionals, and wow, this is definitely a kooky queen. I love what he's wearing here. The little hat moment with the round glasses, the earrings, the turtleneck vest top. Oh, I love it. Can I also say I absolutely adore the way she talks. Like, oh, she just seems so excited about everything, and I love a person like that. Like, someone who is literally like, oh my god, look at this feather. Like, I love that. And I feel like she's very, very that. So the girls then called to the main stage, and I thought this is going to be one interesting lip sync because we have 2 alternative queens lip sync against each other, and I love a good alt queen. So this is very interesting to me. These are 2 of my favourites as of now, going up together and lip syncing together. So I was very excited to see how it would turn out and how well each of them could perform. So the judges then talk to Gottmik and say that she is clearly very talented with a makeup brush, understands fashion very well, and she goes into a little bit detail on more on like what she's inspired by, and you could tell that she's very confident in herself and knows like what kind of approach to drag she is taking. Like, she knows exactly who Gottmik is, and I love a queen who is very well-rounded and put together and knows exactly who they are, and she definitely has that. They then move on to Utica, and Michelle asks why she has a strawberry on her head, and she says it's because she was allergic to them when she was a kid, and it is a testament to that. And I think that's a big old to all the sob stories of like, this happened when I was a kid, but I've grown from that. And it's just kind of a like, you know, like, oh, well, I was allergic to strawberries when I was a kid, and that was so traumatic. I feel like that's maybe like a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke there, and Michelle absolutely loves it, and so do I. So the queens lip sync to Rumours by Lindsay Lohan, and it is a very sort of like passionate and kind of ferocious song. So not a song that you can necessarily play like a campy shtick up to, but also not one that has like a lot of dance rhythms in it either. It's very sort of wordy, so I feel like this is more suitable for a lip sync assassin who focuses on the mouth rather than what they can do with their body. And it's a little bit different from the previous songs that we've seen because a lot of them are very dancey, maybe with the exception of Call Me Maybe, but it was interesting to see how the queens would do with this one. I think both the queens are on very similar levels when it comes to movement. Obviously, Mick does the splits at one point, but I feel like a lot of the movements they're doing, like the very dramatic like hand movements, I feel like they're both very on par with that, giving the same sort of energy. I know Utica keeps trying to like slip in little bits of comedy, but I don't think it particularly works with this type of song. Gottmik is very focused on the words. You are watching her mouth, you are watching her face, and I think that delivers the message of the song a little bit more. We are then told that Gottmik wins the lip sync against Utica, and Utica gets the pop chop. Again, I do agree with this. I think Gottmik felt the passion of the song a little bit more than Utica did, but they both were kind of on the same level throughout most of the song. There was just little moments where Gottmik like overtook Utica a little bit. Overall, it's a very good lip sync. There's not been one so far where I thought, well, that was really terrible. There's not been one yet. They've all been really good, and the queens have brought it so far this season. If this is the first episode, then they've got a lot to live up to in future episodes. I've got a feeling this is going to be a good one. Our next queen into the workroom is New York's own Rosé, Jan's sister and member of Stephanie's Child. Now, Rosé is another queen I have followed for quite a while, especially on Twitter. She's very, very funny. I didn't know so much that she was a comedy queen. She does say it in the episode, but she's funny on Twitter. I just mostly know her for her incredible vocals. Rosé has a stunning, hypnotic, beautiful voice, and I really hope there's a challenge in the future where she gets to, you know, display that talent, because seriously, like, up there with the best, you know, like alongside I don't know, Jujubee, and just really good singers. She's going to be up there in that like group of queens that are absolutely incredible singers. So Rose enters the workroom in this little pink number. It's all pink, very on brand for her. Her name is Rose after all. She's wearing a pink bodysuit, and it kind of looks like it's like a pale pink in the center, and then a pink pant. It looks like pants. Like underwear, I mean, not like trouser pants, I mean like actual pants. But she's wearing this cropped little pink denim jacket look, and I think it's denim, or it might be leather. But she's wearing that, and I absolutely adore that. That is gorgeous. If she didn't have the jacket, I would think it was a tremendously basic look, especially for Rose. But she's wearing cute little silver shoes. She's carrying a little purse like a champagne flute. I think that's a very nice touch. Of course, she has the classic big pink wig, which she pretty much always wears. It's like a staple in Rose's drag closet. Her makeup, pink, flawless, gorgeous. This look is a little bit on the basic side, but I don't really mind it, because when you see footage of Rose performing, especially with Stephanie's child, they're all in like a type of bodysuit, but it's all defined to their own character. So obviously there's Rose, Jan, and Laguna, and they all wear different colours. So it's a testament to that. It's a little on the basic side, but I do like it. She also comes in, we get a close-up on her face and her beautiful mug, and she reveals a missing tooth. I don't know why she did it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke with Jan not winning the Rusical, and it was Madonna and they all had the gaps. I don't know, it's a bit of a stretch. I don't know why she did it, maybe for a goof, but it clearly doesn't really pay off because there's no one else in the workroom with her. It was quite funny though. It caught me off guard. Now can we talk about Rose's confessional look? Oh, talk about gorgeous. He is stunning. And, you know, a lot of people want to ask about the art of tucking, like, where does it all go? I want to know where them eyebrows go. Rose has huge eyebrows. Where do they go? Rose also looks really cute in this little floral number, a little floral jacket, and a little white top to match. It is still very on brand for Rose, of course. There's little roses on the jacket, and it's all pink as well. It's very, very cute. Rose wastes no time in telling us all of the things that she has in her repertoire, like she's been on America's Got Talent and The Voice and all these kind of different things. She's been on all of those, obviously with her sisters, and if you haven't watched the clips, they are fantastic. They have a lot of stage presence, they're fantastic singers. Just ignore everything Simon Cowell says, honestly. So we know Rose's got a little bit of a name for herself anyway. She's been on a couple of TV programs before, so she's no stranger to being on camera, I suppose. Next into the workroom, we have the gorgeous Olivia Lux. And the first thing I noticed about her was her gorgeous smile. Like, her smile lights up a room. She is absolutely stunning. She walks in purse first, if you can call it a purse. It's this teeny tiny bag that can hold literally nothing. But she walks in with that first, and then slowly reveals this beautiful half and half yellow and pink tutti frutti gown. She has matching gloves as well, so one side is yellow, one side is pink, same with the earrings. She has some well sculpted but a little bit unusual hair. Like, it looks gorgeous, but I don't quite get it. Her makeup, again, beautiful. It's all pink. The eyeshadow is pink. It is beautiful. My only issue is that I really wish she had one yellow and one pink shoe on, just to really bring everything in. Like, even the earrings are matched properly. I would have just had one pink shoe instead. Now, I think Olivia's confessionals look is absolutely adorable. I love the little hat moment. It's got little, I think it's little stars on it, like little stars on the hat, a cute little earring, and then a simple t-shirt, and just that smile. Ugh. She also tells us that she can be a diva, but she's also very nice. That's all she really seems to tell us, so I'd like to get to know her a little bit more. But so far, she seems absolutely wonderful, and I feel like she's going to get on really nicely with the queens. It also turns out that Olivia and Rosé know each other, and they've both been in competitions together. Well, Rosé hosted and Olivia participated, but Rosé seems to have a few opinions on Olivia in that she may be a little bit too young to be on Drag Race already. Usually that kind of storyline either backfires, i.e. Scaredy Cat, or it really works out in their favour, i.e. Valentina. So the queens are called to the main stage and they speak to Rosé first, asking her if she has any relation to Jan. Of course she does, they're sisters. And then Carson has the nerve to ask Rosé if she plans on lasting any longer than Jan did. Of course, Rosé, you want to win the competition, so Rosé says, yes, of course. And then the judges are like, oh, alright, you're shady. It's like, Carson asked the question, he's the shady one. I really hope the Jan, storyline doesn't overshadow Rosé at all. I really hope she has the ability to be her own independent drag queen, and after, being on the season after Jan has been on, I really hope that doesn't kind of become her storyline. She is her own queen at the end of the day. They then talk to Olivia and we do actually get to learn a little bit more about her, in that she likes to perform live instead of lip syncing to a track. She says that her dress, she wanted it to mimic a theatre curtain, and then goes on to explain that she may sit at the piano in her performances or do something live. So she seems like a very theatrical, musical sort of queen so far. We have got to learn new things about her here, and I wonder if she'll get to incorporate that kind of thing into the season. I'd love to see that. The queens then lip sync to X's and O's by Elle King, and this song is very sort of passionate and angry, and it's kind of country as well, but again, it's not really a dance track in particular. It's more so one where you have to sell the emotion. And when the song started, I was like, ooh, this is going to be interesting. Hopefully they're able to sell an emotional performance. And they did, to be honest. I think both the queens kind of relied on selling a character and a story more so than dancing, and I really enjoyed this one. So the queens have a lot of similarities in this performance. They both have a comedic edge on it as well, but where I think Olivia one-upped Rosé is the fact that she was very sort of sexy when it came to it. She was very sort of sensual. The song is about the lady who has had a lot of men, and there's a lot of men after her and that kind of thing, and I think Olivia feels that kind of character a lot more than Rosé does. I feel like Olivia was channeling the song a lot more as well, whereas Rosé was going for the gags. It's always good to make a good first impression by showing what you can do and everything that's in your wheelhouse, all these stunts and tricks, but I think when it comes to a lip sync performance, you are basing it on how well the queens lip sync, the performance, the character and the energy they deliver, and I think Olivia had ticks in all of those categories, really. Olivia wins the lip sync and Rosé gets the pork chop, and she's very clearly devastated, to be honest. I think Rosé thought she was going to win that, but Olivia kind of crept up like an underdog, and I do agree with her winning that one. It was a very strong performance from both of the girls, but I think Olivia did just have an edge on Rosé. Rosé is also very clearly confused as she is eliminated. She's like, bye, I guess. I don't know. She's very clearly confused, a little bit disappointed, but kind of trying to style it out. The next queen to walk into the workroom is Tina Burner, and she is wearing this red and yellow moment. It's very fireman. She's got Tina Burner New York on this big badge. It's yellow, high-vis, campy, classy, fun. She has these red and gold half and half boots which tie the whole look together, although with that red curtain behind her it looks like her legs are really skinny. It's very on brand for her. She is Tina Burner, the whole fire thing, it's all part of her character. I don't know too much about Tina Burner, in all honesty, but she seems to have a bit of a name for herself in New York. A lot of campy queens tend to have big names for themselves in New York. So it's interesting to see if she can live up to that. It's very clear that red and yellow are her colours, and it would be an absolute gag if everything she wore in the season was red and yellow. That would be so funny. We then get to see Tina's confessional look, and a lot like her entrance look, it is red and yellow. She's wearing a yellow like vest top with these red straps, I assume are like braces or something, and she also has an orange cap on. So she very clearly likes this colour scheme and is going, you know, off of that. I mean, I get it, the whole Tina Burner, turn and burn, that kind of thing. I get it, but this is very clearly like her colour, like colour spectrum, and I live for it. It really does suit her. And I believe, in looking at her confessionals look, she might be also a ginger, so we've got a little bit of orange going on there as well. She definitely claims to be the campy comedy queen of this season, and I can't wait to see what comedy she brings. That sounded shady, like she didn't bring any at all. Oh my god, that sounded awful. No, I can't wait to see what talent she brings to the competition. Like I said, I don't know all that much about her, so it'd be interesting to get to know her throughout the season. Next into the workroom is the gorgeous Kimora Hall. Not Kimora, Kimora Hall. Jada Essence Hall's drag sister. She is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just look at this entrance look. Look at it. The hair is beautifully coiffed. It is so straight, so poofy, absolutely stunning. The dress fits so perfectly on her body. The big feathers around the sleeves and around the top where the boobies are. It's a stunning, like peachy orange colour. Her shoes match as well. She's clearly very well-rounded, polished, and expensive queen. We get to see Kimora in the confessionals, and her boy look is also very, very cute. She also has the most stunning like bone structure in her face as well. Oh, I would kill for cheekbones like that. She's wearing a little denim jacket with a little pink hoodie underneath. It's very simple, very classy, but also very cute. You can definitely hear the whole family resemblance in the way she is speaking. If you think back to when Jada first entered the workroom on season 12, she was talking about how she's all glitz and glamour and sparkly and shiny, that rich bitch, you know, and Kimora is very much the same, so I think being expensive definitely runs in the family. We also get a third queen meeting the girls, and also the last queen to enter the workroom, Elliott with 2 T's. Elliott comes in singing and dancing. I was very surprised when she said that she's actually a trained dancer on the runway after this presentation that she's just given us. I really hope it's tongue-in-cheek. It probably is. I actually really quite like what she's wearing. Although it's simplistic, it is very, very cute. I love the red little vest top and the matching trousers underneath, the red shoe. They're all made of the same like patent leather or that crinkly sort of plastic thing. I don't know the name, like the technical term. But she's wearing those, and then she's got this cute little crop jacket that has a lot of different colours on it. It works very well with the outfit. It's very, very cute, kind of punk in a weird sort of way, or like glam rock kind of look. I don't know, it's very cute. I love the hair as well. The hair is the perfect shape for the size of like the shoulders, because she's got like a larger shoulder on the jacket, so the like cropped hair looks very, very nice with it. I don't really understand the colour though, like it is like a pink colour. She's not wearing any pink, but I do like the shape of it. I maybe just wouldn't have worn that colour. Her makeup is also very, very pretty, very feminine. There's no like busted queens this season. They all look absolutely gorgeous, and their makeup talents are exquisite. Elliott's confession look is also very cute, very simplistic. She's wearing this spotty little jacket with a t-shirt underneath and her hair very neatly styled. She talks about how she is the most famous queen that you've never heard of. She comes from Las Vegas, so she probably has a lot of work there, because I know drag queens in Vegas, they're like snapped up immediately. So she says that she spent a lot of her life preparing for this, acting, dancing, singing, the full Monty, since she was a baby. So she is talking big for herself. I really hope she can, you know, she has the goods to back it up in the season. Tina also clearly has a few words for Elliott as well. Well, not words for Elliott, but in the confessionals. She seems to have a lot to say about Elliott's outfit. I don't have a problem with it. Maybe she does. Well, she clearly does. But I don't see what's wrong with it. When the queens are called to the main stage and they talk to the judges, they start off with Tina, and Tina has a laugh with Michelle. Yeah, she has a lot of fun. She clearly is very, very funny, very witty as well. Her answers were very like quick off the top of her head, and I like that kind of confidence in yourself and in the sort of improv comedy, if you get what I mean. Like, that's what it is at the end of the day. We also learned that Tina was in a boy band at one point, so she might have some pipes going on there. If she gets to sing later in the competition, that'd be really interesting to see. I then move on to Elliott, where RuPaul says that she absolutely loves her entrance outfit, and that completely goes against what Tina was thinking, so Tina pulls a little bit of a face, and Elliott goes on to talk about her inspirations. She loves an 80s throwback. A lot of her inspirations are female diva dancers, so she combines the 80s with her dance roots with fashion, brings it all together, and this outfit that she's wearing is clearly a good example of her inspiration. We also learn that she is a trained ballet dancer, so she clearly has a lot of moves in her wheelhouse as well. They then move on to Kimora, and Carson immediately has a lot to say about what she is wearing. And when she tells him that it's an original Bob Mackie, his jaw is on the floor, baby. She says that she found it at an auction and had to have it. I mean, it is gorgeous. Why would you not want to have it? But Carson is very clearly like gobsmacked that this is like a Bob Mackie original. It is a stunning, stunning outfit, and I completely agree with what Ru said, that it is absolutely beautiful, and I feel like she's going to bring a lot of gorgeous, elegant gowns this season. We also then learn that Kimora is related to Jada in the House of Hall, and Michelle goes and jinxes it by saying, you've got some pretty big shoes to fill. So I've got an inkling that Kimora is now going to be an early out because that has been left in. I really hope that's not the case though, because she is beautiful and I'd love to see what kind of fashion she brings in the season. The queens then lip sync to the legendary Lady Marmalade, of which I was listening to the other week and thinking, why has this not been on Drag Race yet? It is the girl power song, so I'm surprised it's not been on here yet. But here it is. There are three very different approaches to the song. Of course, Tina Burner taking comedy and camp and commanding that stage with like powerful moves, all this kind of thing. She is taking that approach. Elliott is taking the dancerly approach, the sassy like shoulder wiggle kind of approach, and Kimora is taking the very sort of sexy ladylike approach. Again, all three absolutely fit the song fantastically. My one thought throughout the whole lip sync is that Elliott and Kimora seem to be very sort of like in touch with each other. They do a lot of the same moves at the same time, and you know me, I love that. I love that kind of thing. I personally think this was maybe the weakest of the night. Not that it was bad by any means, but I think the others were a bit more of a standout. I agree that Tina won this one, possibly because of the editing favour, in that she was in it a lot more than the other two were. Elliott also did some fantastic stunts, and Kimora looked gorgeous and sold the song through like the emotion and the body, you know, all that kind of thing. But I do think Tina won that one. She commanded the stage. She was very present during the song. She didn't keep going to the back like Kimora did, but again, it was a good lip sync. It just wasn't like a personal standout for me. We then learn that Tina won the lip sync, and Elliott and Kimora are both to sashay away. They both looked disappointed as well. I think they both thought that they'd sold the song really, really well, but this is another decision I do agree with, to be honest. The two queens then head backstage and find the other girls sitting there waiting for them. They all seem equally confused and disappointed. I don't think any of them really know what's going on. I think they've clocked on that not all 7 of them are going to be eliminated, but they all seem to be very, very confused and not too sure what's going on. It then cuts to the queens who won the lip syncs, and they all seem very excited that they'd won the first lip syncs of the season. These are clearly the ones to watch. They are clearly the ones that have a lot of skills in the lip syncing department. Whether that means they're going to be talented in singing or dancing or acting, we do not know, but as of now, these have been set as the frontrunners. We get to find out more about which queens know each other and all the little links going on here and there and what they start to think of each other. There's a lot of interesting points that are starting to arise, so obviously we'll get to see how they progress as the season goes on. So my personal opinions at the end of the episode after watching it, I think the lip sync extravaganza is always so much fun. We get to see the talent that the queens all bring, all the different moves they have, the different approaches to performance they have, so it's great to get to meet each and every one of them individually rather than clump them all together and then just pick away at them piece by piece. I really like this kind of format. I don't, however, love that they have put the queens through all this, you have been eliminated, goodbye, it's the first day, see you later, pack your bags, all that kind of thing. I don't really like that because that really messes with them. Emotionally, it can't feel good for them, especially, I mean, you saw how disappointed Denali and Rose looked. They looked absolutely beside themselves. So I don't really like that kind of like emotional torment for the sake of reality TV. I'm not a big fan of that, but I am a big fan of the queens in this season. That is all for today. Let me know what you thought of the first episode down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss more videos like this in the future, and leave a like if you have enjoyed it. Also, my Instagram and my Twitter are in the description. If you want to go follow me on social media, come say hello on there. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you this time next week, probably. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!